I'm going to start by making an apology, and it's for this: is I was very censorious about you over the COVID scandal that you got caught up in.
Well, if my memory serves me right, Piers, and I need to obviously get over the old long Rona to get the old memory going, but if my memory serves me right, you were like that towards quite a number of people, but it's good to see the apologies, mostly for the celebrities, isn't it? Yeah, the people in the limelight. There's still many people who had an opinion over that Rona period, including myself, who remained blocked on the old twatters. And actually, I'm all right with that. I'm not bitter about it at all. In fact, we're going to come back to one of your messages that you had back in 2021 for people on the old twatters during the Rona period. We'll come back to that. But let's continue to watch how somebody can make an apology about themselves.
Once it became clear that if you had the vaccine, it made no difference to whether you could then transmit the virus, clearly, at that point for me, it becomes a personal choice.
Yes, Djokovic, along with, I was going to say a number of people, but actually it was quite a small number of people. Again, I'm trying to get over this long Rona. It was a very limited, small amount of people, wasn't it, in the limelight who were seemingly brave enough to say, hey, maybe there's a few questions here. Maybe it's healthy to question a few things, including about the old jibby jabs. Very limited individuals like Djokovic who are willing to question things and be in the limelight and do that. I will always applaud somebody who's willing to be big enough to come out and apologise, but it does kind of feel a little bit like whichever way the wind is blowing type scenario, isn't it? The wind is going in this direction now. There was still a lot that happened that period, and I was wrong about certain things, blah, blah, blah. But the wind is blowing this way, so here we go. Here's one of the messages from the twatter back in 2021. Liking the idea of the old passports, yeah, the old Rona passports, and having a bit of a go at those deniers, and for the fact that they were so selfish, liking the idea of limiting where they could go and, you know, limiting how they live their lives, what sort of venues and things that they could go. And I remember a number of people supporting such ideas. But again, don't hear so much of that now. Almost like the wind is and has been blowing in a different direction for a while now, and a number of people deciding to go with that flow instead. However, we've got a whole different ball game with digital IDs now. But I suppose the benefit is the likes of Piers from post 2020 would probably be less inclined to just jump on the bandwagon with something like that and support it wholeheartedly, based on the, well, what you're seeing now, him sitting on TV apologising to people because of previous thoughts. So there is that. But hey, the challenge continues and the celebrities remain useless. Ta-ta.